little bit about drawing your firearm. Everyone has probably been taught, if you've been to any class or seen YouTube videos, the 4-count draw, the standard 4-count draw using your strong hand. And that typically is you take your other hand out of the way, you secure the firearm, pull out, and present. Now that's the standard draw. And when you practice, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Keep that in mind. But what happens when you have a drape or some other kind of garment that covers the firearm? So when we talk about a drape, it could be a shirt that's open, it could be a jacket, it could be a suit jacket or a sport coat or a vest, anything that you have over that's one layer that covers the firearm. Now what you have to do is you have to remove the drape to access the firearm. The standard technique that I've seen and the one that I use, I draw a line right at the sternum or just below. I use my little finger. My little finger comes around and you forcefully throw your drape out of the way, right? Secure the firearm. Now the drape's out of the way and present. Okay? Pretty standard. One hand. Out of the way. Draw and present. This also works if you don't have your gun drawn first and somebody has some kind of tool on you. You can step back and cover what you're doing and draw. Now, you should practice this with an empty firearm until you get used to it. That's why carrying every day, same gun, same place, if you can do that, works, because your muscle memory develops over time. So that's one layer of drape. What do you do in the case where you don't have an open front and so you can't use the throw it out of the way technique? Well, what you've seen and what I've seen is the two-handed approach, where you take your weak hand or your opposite hand, you reach over, grab the under part of the garment, and you raise up as high as you can to expose the firearm, and then present. This is fine. You need two hands if you're going to do that approach. So with a drape like this, you can go this way, up as far as you can, while you're accessing your firearm. Right out and present. Now, there are times when you have two layers. That would be something like this and another drape. Because if you have two things that zip, you just go to the innermost one and you use the same technique. But if you have something like this and then a jacket over it, what do you do? And also, what do you do if you have something like this and you don't have use of this hand? There are many reasons why, and you still have to access your firearm. Well, in the case
What do you do?
where you do not have the use of your weak hand or this side, either you're carrying a baby, you've been wounded, any number of reasons why you no longer have the ability to use this hand quickly. You could be fending off an attack, right? So what do? You still need to get access to your firearm. The technique that I've seen and one that I practice, and I pretty much use this all the time now, is similar to the little finger across here, except I'm coming from underneath and I'm using the thumb, right, to get underneath the garment. I catch the garment and I pull the garment up as far as I can, get my weak hand out of the way if I can, and then I come back down. So the garment's up, I come back down to the firearm, secure the grip, come out, and present. Now it takes a little practice, and it will vary sometimes depending on the kind of outer garment that you have. It will vary. This is an outside the waistband holster. If you do it too far in front, you have a risk of catching your garment on the holster. So you really want to be just forward of where the holster is and bring it up, come down, grab, and present. Use the same technique if you have two garments on. It's an outer garment and an inner garment, but there's no opening. You go down in front, bring it up. As you come back, you're already moving the garment out of the way. Your little finger and the rest of your hand is keeping that garment out of the way. Your thumb is going to come down over the hand grip, secure the fake firearm, and you come out and you present. Now, this will take practice, and again, a reason why you want to practice your draw techniques, and if you can, same gun, same place. So I hope these little tips have helped. I know for those that have posted similar videos, that's where I learned the under the garment one hand technique, and I started practicing that. It's not something that you want to practice fast. You have to be aware of the garments that you're wearing. Every time I wake up and I put clothes on, every time I change the clothes, I go through the particular draw that I'm going to use based on what I'm wearing. So, as always, thanks for watching. Carry on.